Welcome to Middle Class Matters, Business News in English from Dr. CMA Allegation. Hindenburg Research on Adani, Stock Manipulation and Accounting Fraud. The report is read in full, part number 13 continued. Vinod Adani currently runs a massive network of offshore shell entities that regularly and surplusantly transact with Adani. Our research indicates that Vinod Adani, along with close associate, has set up at least 38 Mauritius shell entities. Vinod Adani held various official executive roles early in the history of the Adani Group until at least 2011. A 2022 biography of Gautam Adani described Vinod Adani saying he does not hold any formal position with the group but remains actively involved within the group, especially when negotiating international finance and connections. A confidant of Gautam Adani and a former director of one of the Adani Group entities corroborated this, telling us Vinod Adani continues to be in the middle of East. He takes care of Adani Group's interest in Dubai. Our research, which included downloading and cataloging the full Mauritius Corporate Registry database, evidences how Vinod Adani, along with other close associates, have set up dozens of entities in Mauritius that have little to no genuine corporate presence. We found other entities in Cyprus, the UAE, Singapore, and the Caribbean associated with Vinod Adani, comprising a vast empire of shells. Many of these entities later appear in suspect transactions, often funneling assets into or out of the Adani Group companies. We have also identified an instance where a private entity seems to have been used to help listed Adani enterprises avoid reporting losses, bolstering the appearance of its reported earnings. See Appendix 1 for the full list of entities we identified and key individuals connected to these entities. Websites were built for at least 13 Vinod Adani associated entities in an apparent attempt to conceal that they are shells. Many of these websites were set up on the same day using the same templates and exact same vague business descriptions. At some point, Vinod Adani seems to have become aware that setting up dozens of shell entities in offshore tax havens with no signs of genuine business comes across as suspicious. In an apparent effort to counter this, websites were set up for 13 of Vinod Adani's shell entities. All share strange commonalities. 1. Many of the domains for the supposedly independent businesses were registered on the exact same day. For example, we identified 5 that were registered on May 4th, 2017. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Another 5 were registered on 1st June 2016. 2. Each website is nearly a carbon copy template of the others, with pages for home, about, services, gallery, filled with stock photos and contact. 3. Each contact page lists the address and phone number of the entity's registered agent rather than an actual named business. 4. The websites almost never name any actual people associated with the company. There are no details on teams or associated people. The exception is that several explicitly identify Vinod Adani or Subir Mitra, the head of Adani's private family investment office, as being associated with the entity. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here are the shell entities for which we have identified functionally identical websites. Entity name, jurisdiction, website, domain registered. 1. Concord Trade and Investment Private Limited, Mauritius, http concordinvest.com. 4th May 2017. 2. Karnal Trade and Investments, Mauritius, http karnaltrade.com, 4th May 2017. 3. Resource Asia Trade and Investment, Mauritius, http resourceinvest.com, 4th May 2017. 4. Atlantis Trade and Investment Private Limited, Mauritius, http www.atlantisinvestment.com, 4th May 2017. 5th. Vagodar Investments Limited, Cyprus, http www.vagodar.com, 4th May 2017. 6th. Commerce, KOMMERCE, Commerce Trade and Services, DMCC, UAE, http www.commercetrade.com, 9th June 2016. 7. Worldwide Emerging Market Holding, Mauritius, http www.emh.com, 1st June 2016. 8. Afro Asia Trade and Investment, Mauritius, http www.aforti.com, 1st June 2016. 10. Emerging Market Investment, DMCC, UAE, http www.emidmcc.com, 1st June 2016. RVG Exim DMCC, UAE, http www.rvgexim.com, 1st June 2016. 12. Universal Trade and Investments Limited, Mauritius, http.untrin.com, 1st June 2016. 13. Adani Global Investment DMCC, UAE, http.adaniglobalinvestment.com, 17th June 2015. 17th December 2015. 6 of Vinod Adani's shell websites list the same exact set of nonsensical services such as consumption abroad and commercial presence. Among their other bizarre commonalities, the services listed for Vinod Adani's shell entity websites are often identical and nonsensically vague, such as consumption abroad and commercial presence. Vadodkar Investments Private Limited. At Vadodkar Investments Limited, we facilitate international trade, thus provide a service between producer and consumer. Our services include cross-border trade, which is defined as delivery of a service from the territory of one country into the territory of other country. Consumption abroad. This mode covers supply of a device supply of a service of one country to the service of consumer of another country. Commercial presence, which covers services provided by the service supplier of one country in the territory of another country. Atlantis. At Atlantis Trade and Investments Private Limited, we facilitate international trade, thus provide a service between a producer and consumer. We operate various international trades such as 1. Cross-border trade, which is defined as delivery of a service from the territory of one country into the territory of another country. 2. Consumption abroad. This mode covers supply of a service of one country to the service of consumer of another country. 3. Commercial presence, which covers service provided by a service supplier of one country in the territory of another country. Resource Asia Trade and Investments Limited. At Resource Trade and Investment Limited, we facilitate transactions, international trade, thus provide a service between a producer and a consumer. We operate various international trade such as 1. Cross-border trade, which is defined as delivery of a service from the territory of one country into the territory of another country. 2. Consumption abroad. The mode covers supplies of one country to the consumer of another country. 3. Commercial presence, which covers commercial services provided by a service supplier of one country in the territory of any other country. Kunal Trade and Investments. Kunal Trade and Investments Limited. We facilitate international trade. This provides a service between a producer and consumer. We operate various international trades such as cross-border trade, which is defined as a delivery of a service from the territory of one country into the territory of another country. 2. Consumption abroad. This mode covers supply of service of one country to the service of consumer of another country. 3. Commercial presence, which covers service provided by a service supplier of one country in the territory of another country. This will be continued. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, give your comments. Thanks for watching.